fruitful year for us all by the grace of God, and it's going to be an amazing season on Safe Space. You're welcome to Safe Space. This is where we have conversations around balance, family life, relationship, everything to help us live more meaningful life as individuals, especially to enjoy our marriages and our relationships. Anything around family life, basically, relationship, children, health, and all of those things. Very, very important. We have those conversations here on Safe Space. My name is Winfulua Akiremi, and as always, I'm here with Barrister Olumide Kayode Omoshefi. Good evening, Barrister. Happy New Year.
Good evening, Fee. Great to
Good evening,
see you.
Barrister.
Happy New Year, and to all our listeners, I also want to extend our first Thursday of the year, Abby. Am I right? Yes.
Yes.
This is my first program for the
Yes.
year. So Happy New
For the
Year
year.
to everyone also who has been listening. We can't say how we appreciate your what should I call it, followership.
Mhm.
So this year, the beginning of every year, we have to look back to
Yes.
see, okay, what did we do last year? What constituted the highest rate of domestic violence and abuse? What mistakes went round last year that one
Yes.
should be aware of this year? Last year, we had a very serious matter. The highest in statistics are those who called our organization and kept repeating some very similar words. And the words goes as follows. Good evening, Barrister Olumide. Thank you for all you do. Please, I would like to talk about my husband. He has abandoned us and has not been taking care of the family. I have 3 children for him, some 4 children, 5 children for him, and now he has abandoned the house and moved with another woman. And I would be like, okay, so how long have you been married? You'll say, well, 10 years, 7 years. What kind of marriage did you contract? Was it a traditional marriage? Was it a court marriage? And they say, we are not actually married. He didn't pay my bride price. We just, so you have been living together with a man you are not legally married to. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4 children. And he promised to marry me after, the first one. He went, we did what we call knocking on the door. We did introduction, but something happened at that time. He said maybe we should wait. Now you have waited 10 years and 4 children. And you are calling me that he has abandoned you and he has gone for another woman. So
He never married you, so you can
he
marry
never
someone.
married you in the
He
first
was
place.
never married.
So he is free, and even you are free because you are not married to him. He is not married to you. So what are you actually calling me for? You say, well, if it's going to be that, then let him settle me. And I would ask, what do you mean by let him settle me? Settle you how? As a wife, as a girlfriend, as the mother of his children, in what capacity is the settlement? You won't believe how many calls that I've gotten from people who are not legally married, but have been living with a man for 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, having 3, 4, 5, 6 children. a man called me and said that he got home and the wife had taken everything. He just met an empty house and his 4 children absent. And he has been tracking them and he found out that she had traveled back to her home state and is now living with another man. I would be like, so what kind of marriage? How long have you been married? Not that we have been married, but I know the father, I know the mother. I said, okay, knowing the father and the mother.
That's not marriage.
Is that marriage? You have 4 children with a woman that you are not married to. You are now calling me, telling me that she has moved, she has packed your things and has moved to a house with another man. I said she can do that because you are not married to her. She's free, even you are free.
Free.
And he's saying, well, it is his children that he's bothered about. I said, where would you go to tell them, probably in a court of law, that you put a woman in your house for 8 years, having 4 children, and you did not marry her?
You didn't think it was right to get married to her at that point?
I said, which courtroom do you want to go and say you now want custody of children that you are not legally married to the mother? Now, he told me that actually he wanted to pay the bride price, but what they gave him was too expensive. So he thought that, okay, let him walk. And by the time he wanted to take another step, the father was dead. The father of the woman died. I said, so when the father died, did the entire family die? Is the mother alive? He said, yes. The father's family, he has other family members, brothers, sisters. So they are still alive. It's not as if the entire lineage of the woman died. So which one is cheaper? To pay bride price or to raise 5 children? He kept quiet.
Logic sometimes it amazes me because you're more comfortable raising 5 children, sending them to school, feeding, and all of those things, and the bride price is what you consider expensive, but you can easily raise those ones. It's a priority problem, and it's sad that it happens all the time, and both men and women are falling victim every single day.
Introduction is not marriage.
It's not marriage. It's not in any way marriage. It's just like the first step to let them know, okay, we are dating. You're not in any way married at all. You are not.
He came to knock on the door. It's not marriage. You are calling him your husband. You are calling her your wife. And you are telling me that my wife went away. You don't have a marriage certificate. You do not even pay the bride price. Ladies and gentlemen, what I don't understand is the ideology behind the family of those who are not married but are living together. They give birth to the first child, and you, family members, will go and do naming ceremony to someone who did not come to ask rightly. They give birth to the first child, they give birth to the second child, they give birth to the third child, and the family, the mother is coming to do amugo to a man that you do not know, traditionally, culturally, or legally as husband. I marvel at the kind of families we come from. No child who is not legally, they are together in a state of, you call it fornication, coitus. You are staying in a house, you are just sleeping with each other, reproducing without any cultural, religious, or legal cover. There is no culture that supports that you stay in a house and start having children with a man you are not legally married to or with a woman you are not legally married to. There is no religion that supports that you bring a woman, camp her in your house, get her pregnant multiple times. There is no culture, there's no religion, there is no law legally. There is no law that supports that. If you want to live together with a man or a woman, that is up to you. You are two consenting adults. But when you now want to start bringing children, if the children or if a child had a choice, they would rather be born into a family than into a scenario, than be born into a situation where,
Yes.
and what I don't understand is the positions given to these people. A lot of clergy have not paid the bride price of the woman that they are talking to. Remember, there is a popular pastor now who just married a woman legally after living
Yes.
with another woman for 33 years and 4 children.
Yes.
A woman, and you are daddy and mommy Gio,
You.
not legally married. Now the man has gone and married another woman after 33 years with one woman,
Ah.
and now saying that this is my legal wife.
So I want to get something straight. Is it that they are trying to get to know each other? Those years that they were living together, cohabiting, is it that they were trying to get to know each other better? And then after 33 years, you now realize, this is not the one. Because I really don't
33 years
understand.
after, there is no course in the university that is up to 10 years. There is no course in the university that is more than 8 years, 7 years. There is none. So what there is
What are you
there is
studying
no
for that
professional
long?
law is 5 years. In fact, it was 4 years. We extended to 5 years. Medicine is about 7 years. Let us even give it 8 years. Not to what course are you studying for 33 years? You would have had 4 PhDs
Yes.
in 33 years. 4 PhDs in 33 years. What course are you studying? Okay, you are studying course. What does that have to do with reproduction? Why are you studying the person and also reproducing with the specimen you are supposed to be studying? Listen, the odds are this: if the man will not marry you after 3 children, he will not marry you at all.
You will not marry at
And
all.
at the
That's
end
just
of
what
the
it
day,
is.
you always lose. But the funny thing about them is that when those children now want to marry, their father will want to collect bride price from the man who wants to marry them when he did not pay the bride price of the mother who
For his
birthed
own
them
love,
for him.
for his own wife, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I think 2026 is another year, and I think foolishness has got to actually go down and wisdom be on the rise. You cannot, they say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Living with a man that you are not legally married to, I have a problem when you're now begging a man, won't you go and see my people? Will you know? And the man will say, well, you cannot angrily leave because you already have 3 children. Let us say the first one was a mistake. The second one becomes intentional because you cannot repeat the same mistake twice. The second one is intentional. You know,
Yes.
this was what happened that you gave birth to the first child. So you will stop it from happening. If a man does not like you, love you enough to do the right thing, which is to approach your family, if he's saying that the bridal list they gave him is too much, they don't want to consider, if you have a problem with the family, then leave their daughter alone.
She's not the only
If
woman in
you
the world.
leave their daughter alone, if you have a problem,
I think the women that are also staying there, knowing fully well that this man is not paying your buy price and you are okay with it. You are okay being in his house, cooking for him, cleaning, washing. You are okay giving birth to children without proper marriage. I think the woman is to be blamed. Because I don't know why you will be comfortable in that kind of situation and you're not saying anything about it. You are there for many years. What kind of self-esteem do you have?
one thing we also must tell parents is if your child gets pregnant, don't drive them away to the house of the man. Go and meet the person who got you pregnant. At times, we also contribute to these things, driving our daughters away because they made one mistake of allowing a man, and some of them, it was even a product of rape. It's not as if they willingly gave themselves. The
Was
guy
voluntary.
forced
Yeah.
them, especially when you have had some drinks and your level of resistance is, and your let me say your composure is greatly diminished because you are under the influence and you find out that you are pregnant. Some parents just drive them out, and that is where them cohabiting with who got them pregnant starts from. But in some other areas, a man just promises you marriage. You are the kind of woman that, and next thing, one thing leads to the other, you start moving into the man's house. You don't move into a man's house, you can spend the weekend and go back. If the man is not ready to approach your family and not to go and knock on the door, not for introduction, but to pay your bride price, then you have no business getting pregnant for them. You put yourself in a situation. There are so many men looking for a good woman, so many women looking for a good man. At the end
Yes.
of the day, they will not marry you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you
Mm-hmm.
denied yourself the love of another man, because it is not as if
No, that
no
man.
other man, it is not as if no other
There
man
are billions of men on the surface
has
of the earth,
asked
so you
them out
definitely
to.
find someone.
It's not as if no other man has asked them out to. It's not as if they don't get complimented, though, but you choose to stay with a man that does not value you enough to go and see your parents and do the right thing. And some women are like that. At the end of the day, the man says he's no longer interested. 3 children, 4 children.
Then you say he cheated you.
I think social clubs, those that have their town hall meetings every week, like the Easterners, religious bodies, the pastors and clergy, professional organizations like the NBA and the what do you call these accounting people. You need to stop giving positions to those people who are living with men or women that they are not married to and having children. There
Right.
is nothing dignifying about their status to emulate. You don't glorify their status by giving them a position in society. Because do you know what happens to children that are born here? They are called illegitimate children.
Yes.
The children, you give them an illegitimate status. And this affects them because even in family gatherings, they are told that they are illegitimate, because they know
Mm-hmm.
that your father did not pay the bride price, so they are second-class citizens and cannot speak in family gatherings. Some are even rudely referred to as bastards. Why? Because we don't know you. A child grows up with low self-esteem. A child's confidence is diminished because your parents are not legally married. You are what they call an illegitimate child. You give a child a disadvantaged start in society. A lot of Eastern communities, if their daughter dies in a union that is not legitimate,
Yes.
the man cannot bury her. He will have to pay dowry.
But
Bride
yeah.
price. In Nigeria, we
Yes.
don't pay dowry. Dowry is what the woman pays to the man.
Man.
Bride price is what the man pays to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
In Nigeria, it is the man who pays bride price. So you can imagine, they will not allow you bury their daughter. You will have to come and marry her, then bury the. It's ridiculous. You just want to move in and start living together, having children, making
Enjoying all
children.
the benefits of married people.
It's not.
They literally, and I think, barrister, probably the idea of, okay, we want to have a big wedding, we want the whole community to be there, slows people down, because many times somebody earning about 150,000 naira, and the wedding that they have in mind is about 6 million naira. They
Let,
don't have that
let,
kind of
let
money,
me
so they will be
let me tell you something, Faye. Poor people
poor.
marry. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Poor people marry. You cut your coat according to your size. I come
Yes,
to meet a
but they don't
woman.
want to do that.
I
They
meet a
don't want to
woman.
do that.
I meet a woman. The woman is not $10 daughter. Even as a
Mm.
matter of fact, the woman is not from a middle class family. But when they want to
Yes.
marry, because you are a man that seems all right, you are very educated, you might have a stable job, they now write, there was one bridal list that I saw, two grinding machines and three Okadas,
Why?
because they want to build their all their misfortune, all their poverty. They want you to, when you see those people, that is not the family to marry from. You tell
Mm.
your wife that, or your fiance, that I can't pay this, and you tell them what you can do. If the family refuses, then you leave their daughter.
And you leave.
This is
Yes.
why in the East, there was a time, I think it was 3 years ago, a lot of their daughters started complaining that men are
Mm.
not marrying them because of the excesses of their family, giving
Because it's too much.
inflated bridal lists. So a lot of them now started doing
It's
court
too much.
marriage instead of traditional marriage, or they will go and purposely get pregnant. You know that when the woman is pregnant, bride price is suspended. You can't pay bride price.
You have to just do
You
it.
have to
Yes.
collect. So they started looking
Mm.
for alternative means, because the family has an outrageous, and they know this man really loves them, but he cannot have. I would just tell you, this is what I can afford. How can you be cutting a marriage of 6 million naira? How can you be cutting a marriage in these hard times? Will you people not eat after marriage?
This economy. You will still get an apartment, furnish the apartment, and you still want to do a wedding of 6 million
If
naira.
it is beyond
I think
you,
that's why many people just say, let's just start living together since we can't afford
no,
the
no,
wedding
no,
that
no,
we
no,
want now. Let's
no,
just
no. It's like,
cut your coat according to your size.
that means that it's like, well, since we cannot earn big money, let us start stealing the money.
Hmm.
When you say, oh, the bride price is too expensive, let us start living together. Boycotting the legal process,
Hmm.
it's stealing. You go, you start doing what a married person, you want to steal the status. Living together, having
Hmm.
children, illegitimate children that you cannot put Mr. and Mrs. on.
Hmm.
That's one. Secondly, about 2026, I would tell men that any woman who refuses to work, that's first category, or a woman whose husband has rendered them jobless, 2026, you have to stop this foolishness.
Mhm.
Uh, you last year, a lot of children called my number. How did you get my
Hmm.
number? My mommy and daddy listens to your radio program. Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. So how can I help you? It is my father. The one
Hmm.
that even touched me most was a girl that called and said she had finished from secondary school 2 years ago, but her
Hmm.
father refused to pay the school, so they held on to her certificate.
Hmm.
Now she wants to do jam, but no certificate.
Hmm.
So, what about your mother? My mother is there. What does she do for a living? My mother, about 12 years ago, said God told her to stop work.
So God
So,
told her to stop work.
yes, so she's just stopped work. And it's only the father now. No, now, men have a problem. You see, when you marry a wife, you have both left and right hands, you have both left and right feet, because one cannot carry the entire weight of a body. For example, during COVID 2020, over 4,000 people in the financial sector lost their jobs.
Hmm.
Now imagine, this was not because they were incompetent, it was because the world stopped revolving. The entire
Yes.
world came to a stop. Now the man lost the job. The wife is not working. How will they eat? It is important that both parties have work? Do you know that it is even an offense for you to stop work because your husband stopped you from working? Section 12,
It's an offense.
yes, it is an offense. Section 12,
Oh
subsection
wow.
1, Section 12, subsection 1 of the Violence Against Persons Prohibitions Act of 2017 tells you that it is called economic abuse, and it is, you are liable to a term not more than 2 years in prison or 500,000 naira, or both.
Wow.
You cannot, why? Because you deny that person, you disenfranchise that person from being able to even pay tax. The state has provided, you have your education, you are intelligent enough. You know, when you are working, you get your salary, you're able to send 2,000 naira
Yeah.
to your mother, your brother, you can send 1,000 naira to your brother, your siblings that are, you know, you just stop her from working. Do you know how many people you have stopped from
Yeah. Yes.
support? Even the state, because the state can no longer realize tax from her. It is an offense. But listen, when a man tells women to stop working, tells his wife to stop working, it is a setup for abuse. You cannot tell me that she should, because you want her to take care of the children. When you go to the marketplace, you see women buying and selling, carrying children on their back. It does not stop anybody. And then you, the man, can also make provision. You can get a nanny, you know, maybe the first 2-3 months, they give them maternity leave so that they can. But then you say, stop. A child of over 1 year, 2-3 years, you say, no, you want her to stay in the house. Now, the woman has no source of income. That means if anything happens to the man, the children and the entire family will starve. If the man dies suddenly or has a stroke or has an accident, then the children can, number one, not go to school. They can no longer go to school. Their rent would expire, feeding, clothing, everything goes. So you are now dependent on a man totally. When the man dies, you have not worked for 15, 20 years. When the man dies, what will happen? You will start begging, right?
Yes.
You will
Because
not,
at that time, who wants to employ you? Or what
nobody can
skill do you
employ
even
you.
have?
Number one, nobody can employ you because you have become unemployable. You have been
Yes.
out of circulation for 15 years. Do you know how many upgrades, how many advancements in technology, how many researches have gone on that your degree is useless? Secondly, nobody can borrow you money because you don't have money. You don't have a job to pay back. Anybody that gives you anything knows that they were not going to get it back. Why? Because you don't have a job to repay. Now, this is what happens. You come to meet me the first time, and I say, okay, yeah, I'm your late husband's friend. I give you 20,000 naira. Then after like 4 months, you come back that the school fees is not complete. I give you 15,000 naira. Then you go round. Then the third time, the man will tell you, listen, I can't be giving you money and I'm not enjoying what if you want me to continue, you come and meet me in room 205. You will get angry that, is it because, but he's your friend, he's his children. Can you say, okay, no problem. After 3 days, when you have not eaten, the children have not eaten, you will be the one to call him back and say, hey, uncle, sorry, can I come and meet you? Can I still come and meet you in that room? That is how our women will have to start sleeping with men to get anything to feed the children. You cannot disenfranchise a woman, tell her to stop work, and it is always an excuse for abuse, because now I can beat the hell out of you. You have nowhere to go because you don't have money.
You have nowhere to
You
go.
have no money to even, to use as your defense. You know how bad it is? As a lady who called me, she was the deputy director, where the issue of her job. Listen, not every man can stand the success of their wives. It
Yes, that's
becomes
true.
an issue when you begin to progress more for some men. And the reason they are telling you to stop is because they believe you can't make more money than them. You cannot be more successful than them. And they will tell you there was a case we had where the husband used the wife's computer to type her resignation letter to her and send to her boss, and then deleted it from message history.
Hmm.
So the wife noticed that her husband's, her boss's attitude changed, and at the end of the month, they just told her that, okay, come and teach. They introduced them to this person, uh, you know, teach the person all you ought to do your responsibilities and hand over. And she said, boss, are you sacking me? That what did I do? He said, sacking you, Ke. Well, you're not the one that sent your resignation letter.
That's your.
She said,
Hmm.
resign from where? For what now? Until they show her her
Hmm.
resignation letter from her laptop. She
Ah.
said it's impossible. She checked history, it wasn't there. Their IT person also went confirmed that this was from your computer. It was after
Hmm.
they saw the date and time that she thought back and remembered that this computer was not in the office, it was at home at that time. That was when she
Hmm.
realized that it was somebody from her house that did that, was her
That
husband.
did it. Hmm.
Some people, some men can, and that is the problem when you marry someone, that your success becomes like a competition. So they tell you, resign from your work, not because they want to pamper you, but because you cannot be better than them. The woman went to meet pastor. Pastor said, so is your job now more important than your marriage? You can always get another job, but this is your marriage, this, that. All of them with stupid, foolish
Excuses and
advices they
reasons.
will give you to leave your job for your marriage. You should never leave your job for except your job is that gives you no time for your family. So you can apply to get
Yes.
another job that is less demanding, but not that you will not have a job at all, not a skill, not a talent, not a business, not something you can do to earn
At
money.
least we have remote jobs now, so you can literally work from anywhere. You don't even need to leave your house.
2026. If you are with a woman who decides that she doesn't want to work, then you must take her back to where you met her. It's called back to sender. Why? Because I met you, you had a job, and then we married, and you now decide not to have a job. This was not our plan. I met you a work. That means that 100% of the responsibility has now been shifted on the man, especially when it was not discussed or agreed upon, like this gentleman here whose wife said it was God that told her, and she stopped working. She will wake up in the morning, and what will she do? Carry the Bible. This was a woman who was working before. And now the husband can no longer carry the weight of house rent, children's school fees, children's clothes, shoes, feeding, wife's needs, wife's necessities. Now it cannot work. Some men just keep quiet, say they want to talk to her. No, it cannot work. The way you respond to this situation will determine how long the situation will last. You cannot have a jobless spouse, either male or female, because the economy is such that all hands on deck. The eventualities of life is that all hands must be on deck. Anybody could go at any time. Right here, we were told of an accident that happened 2 days ago. A man whose wife just gave birth entered a bus. The bus caught fire and the man burnt to death. All of them in the car. That means if that woman does not have a job, if the woman whose husband died, if she doesn't have a job, if she has no support, then what will happen to the child? What will happen to the child? I remember when I was also single and searching, a woman who liked me said, you see, I shouldn't worry that she's going to bear the cost of the marriage, the wedding, everything. That I shouldn't worry if that is what is my problem. She will bear the
Mm.
cost of everything. I said, then after marriage, uncle, you will bear the cost of our living together. You will pay the rent. You will build the house. No, it can't work like that.
Mm.
As a man, you have to encourage me to be a responsible
A
man,
responsible man, a better man.
a better man, not to tell me to sit down. Is that the kind of example we will give our children? So, Finny, this is my advice, especially for those who have entered 2026 with us. You can correct some of the mistakes that you have been making. This is the eye opener. Another year has passed. Is this how you will continue?
Continue.
Especially those in abusive and toxic marriages where you are beaten, battered, and bruised every day, every other day, to the extent that your children are watching you. Men that beat their wives are men who grew up watching their mothers being beaten by their fathers,
Yes.
a lover, or a family member. So when you raise children in abusive homes, they grow up to become abusive adults. You that choose to remain, you are saying, oh, you are remaining in the marriage because of the children. No, you are destroying the same children by remaining in the
A
marriage.
marriage.
It's the other way around. So here, those of you who are living in illegitimate unions, giving birth to illegitimate children, I think there is a Yoruba proverb that says, Ojo to ba ri bi ni bi n wole.
Mm-hmm.
The day you decide enough is enough, then that day, yes, there is a consequence to every action. There's a consequence to every decision. So you would know that it will not be easy. You chose to stay with a man who does not value. Finn, you have to be begging him. And won't you go and see my family? Are you kidding?
That's
In
a
Yoruba,
sign.
they
That's
say,
already a sign to you that this one would never commit to you. It would never commit to you.
do you know that in Yoruba we say abefe?
Mm.
That means you appealed, you pleaded with the family to have their daughter. You prostrated, you brought gifts. That means, did you plead with the family that they should release their children, their daughter to you in marriage? But it is the other way around. You have gotten two children. And won't you now go and meet my family? Won't you at least go and pay my bride price? You are now begging a man to go and pay your bride price. That is insult upon injury.
Insult to your.
Those
It's
of
an
you,
insult to your personality.
to your family, those fathers and mothers who have children living like that, is a shame on you. And you go and say you want to carry your grandchildren, which, are they legitimate? And your daughter is reproducing there. You have not flogged her out of the house. I'm on radio. Should I have said flogged her? If it was my, hey, Jesus, you are living where? Both of you are living together. As what? And family members know that. They will go and visit them. They will, she has given birth again. They will go and do naming ceremony. Hey, I hand over to you.
Thank you so much, Barrister. I hope that people listen. It's not just to hear. I hope that you actually take action and you listen. It's 2026. And if you're in that situation where you're living with a man that is not married to you, he's not planning to get married to you, stop bringing in children into this world to bear the consequence of your action for you. It's better you go now than later. If you would like to ask Barrister questions or you have a contribution, you have one or two things you would like to say to the conversation this evening, you can call us on 07000 917 917 917. You can also call 09155 917 917 917. Let us hear your thoughts. Let us hear from you. What would you like to say about the conversation? Or do you have questions that you'd like to ask Barrister? We'll be more than willing to have you. And Barrister is here to answer your questions as well. 07000 917 to share your thoughts. Let us know your questions as well. 07000 to be a part of the show this evening. I really hope that they don't just listen, that they actually take action. The number of women who are living with men that are not married to them, who are cohabiting in this current economy, is becoming outrageous. It is becoming more and more every day, especially this introduction wahala. Once they do their introduction, they just consider that they are married. The woman is comfortable, the man is also comfortable,
In-
everybody is okay. They just feel
Introduction.
like they are. I don't know.
Introduction.
I don't know where we heard that from, but an introduction, your introduction is not a wedding. If you don't know that before, know it now. That when you do an introduction, that is not marriage. It is not in any way marriage. He is not going to marry you. If he even gets married to you eventually, he is not married to you. So please, introduction is not marriage. It's not in any way marriage. So the fact that you did introduction with somebody doesn't mean that you're now together. You're not together. Don't
Fee, sorry to interrupt you, Fee. There was a gentleman in my area. In my area, at least he stayed in my estate for 9 years. In the 9 years, we have followed him to do introduction 4 times to 4 different women. He would do introduction. After introduction, one day he would just say he's no longer doing. The fourth time, the woman was already living in his house. She was almost always there. Said, so I now said me, I'm not going to the east. It's this one that I'm not. After he moved out of the estate, we saw him again. I said, how is that? He said, I beg that one don't go. I said, the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. Introduction is not marriage. Anybody can introduce anything. Until they come to pay your bride price, you are not married. And don't force any man. If you have to start signaling and using body language to tell the man, you just see that he's not serious. There are other men that are asking you out. Concentrate on others. Look for someone decent, someone who appreciates, someone who has value and knows your worth. And you yourself know that this will be a suitable man for me. Follow whoever loves you the most, and you be begging somebody to marry you, asking them when they will go and pay your bride price. The man should be the one telling you that, yeah, I want to pay your, as in pay your bride price. No, 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 no. Over to you, Madam Fee.
Yeah, I think the network is not so great on my side today, but the number is still 07000 917 917. This is just a call to every single person listening. If you're in that situation at the moment, it's better you leave now before it becomes too late for you to handle. You have a bright future. There are 1,000,001 men out there that will still want to marry you. There are lots of women that you will still find. So please, if there is anything at all, if you're in this situation at the moment, leave that situation ship and go and get married. If you have to beg a man to marry you and his reasons are not valid, that is a sign that this person doesn't value you enough and he would never even get to marry you. I've seen some people who have 4 children together, and I mean, Barista shared an example now. They have 4 children together, and he still left her because he felt like this is not who I want to get married to. Imagine after 32 years, stay with somebody, committed to somebody, now hearing that You are not his legal wife. You're not his legal wife. He doesn't want to be with you. That's a really bad place to be. So to save yourself unnecessary future stress, it is better you cut it off now. Introduction is not marriage. I think I'm going to hold on to that, and you should hold on to that as well. Introduction is not marriage. It is not in any way marriage at all. And cut your coat according to your size. If the bride price are giving you in a family is too much for you, cut it down, or you leave their daughter alone.
So you cut your coat according to the material.
Not even according to your size.
Yes, because the material might not cover your size.
Your size.
Cut the coat according to the material.
It
Ah,
is well.
it
It
is
is
well.
well.
Thank you very much, Fee.
Marisa, would you like to share your number for those who would like to
Oh,
call you privately?
yes. Those are my like to reach out to me. 0909 3214 942. Once again, 0909 3214 942. Now, consultations with me are not absolutely free, they come with a price. However, I think if your the state of your health and your future cost a token, I think it is better than the mistake that may last a lifetime.
Anytime. Yes, it is. That's Barista's number, and I hope you're able to learn one or two things from the conversation this evening. Safe Space happens every Thursday by 5 p.m. by 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 7 every Thursday on Women Radio 91.7. So in case you still have any questions, you can always join us here 6 p.m. to 7 every Thursday on Women Radio 91.7 to have a conversation, to hear the conversation with Barista. It's always an enlightening moment for every single one of us. If you are in a house with a man that is not married to you, as we are speaking right now, leave that place.
Go back to your father's
Go
house.
back to your father's
Go
house.
back
Or
to
if you
where
don't
there
want to
is
go back, go
dignity.
and rent your own apartment.
He will
Just
not
leave the
marry
place.
you. After
He will not
one,
marry you.
two,
Please.
three children, and he has not married you,
He will not marry you. Please
the
just leave the place.
possibility is very high that you will be an illegitimate mass producer of children.
It's really sad. And parents as well. Parents as well. This also it's a talk for parents as well. If your child is giving birth to somebody that insists, at least she brought. I mean, I'm talking about rape cases now. If the lady brought this man to you, this is why I want to marry. You've done introduction, and she's pregnant. She has given birth to the first child. Don't let her give birth to the second child before you allow them get married. All of these extravagant bride prices, I really don't see the need for them. It's very, very unnecessary. And I don't know why we do them in this side of the
They
world
say
because
it
it's
is
really bad.
only once. Marriage is only once. But do you know how many times people actually get married? Two, three times. Because you might divorce and then marry again.
Again.
At least I married a divorcee.
So it's just better to just do what you can afford. And parents
Absolutely.
too, please don't keep your children because of the bride price. Don't let that be the reason why you're delaying them. You're not letting them proceed in their marriage. They will always get you things as you grow older. The bride price, the yam and the this and the that. That's not what you will eat for the rest of your life. You would always still eat other things. Please, it's not worth delaying the future of your child for unnecessary entanglements, and she's just there. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. There's just too many bride prices. You see lists sometimes, barista. You just wonder, do they want to open a shop? Like, do they want to start a business?
Actually, some of them do.
They do start a business.
Yes, yes.
Oh God.
Thank you very much, Fee.
Well,
And
it is well.
mm,
It
goodbye,
is well.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on Safe Space. We hope you were able to learn one or two things. Till next week, by the grace of God. My name is Fifolo Akiremi, and I was here with Barrister uh, Olumide Kayode
Only
Omoshebi. Bye for now.